Hi everybody, Chris here. I hope you're all doing well. Over the last couple of weeks, Profit Squirrel has been growing really quite quickly, and that's amazing to see. But one thing that starts to happen is we're seeing a lot of the same questions coming up over and over again. And that's quite understandable because people tend to have the same things that come into their head when they start match betting. Most people go through the same process of understanding it. So, what I really wanted to start doing was addressing some of those common questions that keep coming up so that we can have almost a database or a list of videos that people can go to for reference when the question comes up, and they don't have to ask in the Facebook group or in the forum and wait for an answer. The answer is right here for them. So the first one of those that I wanted to address that occasionally we get is, am I just depositing over and over again? Like, it feels like all I'm doing is depositing into my Betfair account, my Smarkets account, whichever exchange someone's using at the beginning. It feels like to some people that all they're doing is putting money in and they can't see where their profit is and when they are going to take money out. And I think the issue that people are experiencing here is that they're not fully understanding where their profit is coming from, and they're also maybe not fully understanding or tracking exactly what's going on with all of their bets and the money that is in the bookmaker and the exchange. Because if you understand those things, and if you're tracking the incomings and outgoings of the funds that you're putting into the bookmaker, the free bets you're getting in, the stuff you're doing at the exchange, if you can track all of those things, it will be quite clear where the profit is coming from. So I think that's the best way to approach this, and this is what I kind of want to get into now. So let's take an event. I'm on the odds matcher here, and I'm just going to take an event as an example. So I'm going to take something that you might come across to begin with. So often we have Ladbrokes as the first offer. So I'm going to filter down to Ladbrokes, and I'm going to look for something which is in Betfair as well. So let's pick this football match, France-Australia. Click the I button to bring up the calculator, and here we are. So, as you may remember, there's two bets for each match bet that you want to do. There is the qualifying bet, which is where you're using your own money in both the bookmaker and the exchange, and you're placing the qualifying bet in order to unlock the free bonus. And when you have the free bonus in your account, you're then placing that free bet with the bookmaker. And in the exchange, you're again placing with your own money. But it's just a temporary float. It's just a temporary thing because all you're doing is matching off at first the qualifying bets, then you're matching off the free bets. And once it's all finished, once it's all over, you get the money back that you put in plus the profit. So I think the best way to look at that is that there will be one deposit into the bookmaker and there will be two deposits into the betting exchange. So overall, when you first start, there's pretty much three deposits that you're going to make. So think of it like that. What you should do when you first get into the Profit Squirrel area and you're about to place your first match bets is make sure that the member menu is open. You can open and close it with this tab at the side. Go down to our tools section, and there are two spreadsheets I want you to download. The accounts tracker, which is the first one at the top, and the profit and loss tracker. So these just work on Excel. If you don't have Excel, most systems come with free versions now. So like with Mac, you can open it on the Numbers software. There's also something called Open Office that I'll put a link to in the description below, where you can download spreadsheet software that will open this up for you if you don't currently have that. And what these two spreadsheets will do, they'll just help you really simply keep track of everything that's going on. So let's do an example, right? So the first one we have here, this is the profit and loss tracker, and this is the accounts tracker. So when I do this, I use the accounts tracker to track the amounts that I'm depositing. So that's the first step. And you'll see on the left hand side here, let me just make this a little bit bigger for you all to see. We've got the common bookmaker accounts and exchange accounts already populated for you. If you want to pop some more in, you can absolutely do that. So you'll see here at the moment on row 27 we've got Betfair, and then a little bit further down we will have Ladbrokes as well. So that's stage number one, is tracking your deposit. And then in the spreadsheet here, what you want to do is put in every single transaction that you have on a given day when you're match betting into this spreadsheet, the profit and loss tracker. And I'm going to zoom in again for you guys as well. You will see that here I record exactly the type of bet that I'm doing. So the qualifying bet is here, and then here these are just example figures that come in the spreadsheet. Here you can see I've noted that I've used the free sign up bet. And if you record every single transaction that you do, you won't be left in any doubt as to A, what happened, and B, where your profit is and where your money is as well. So what I'm going to do is walk you through an example now. So say I am making a match with Ladbrokes on this France versus Australia event. This one is actually pretty unlikely because it's odds of 12 and 11.5. Let me actually find something that's a bit more realistic. Okay, so I've changed to an event which is a bit more realistic in terms of the odds and sort of stuff you're going to be looking for if this is your first bet with Profit Squirrel. What I've gone for is this Germany versus Mexico match. The first thing to check, as always, is that you're over the minimum odds required for the offer. With Ladbrokes, the minimum odds at the moment are 1.5, so I'm absolutely fine. I've got 1.5 on the back odds, 1.52 on the lay odds. With the Ladbrokes offer at the moment, you can bet between £10 and £50, completely up to you. I'm going to assume that I'm betting £30. And the first thing to notice here and be aware of, and I think people misunderstand this, is that this amount here, £30.61, where it says you could lay, you do not need to deposit that into the account, into the Betfair account. The amount that you're going to deposit into Betfair is £15.92. This amount here where it says the liability. So the deposits that we'll be making are Ladbrokes, £30, and into Betfair, £15.92. So how would that look in reality? So I would go to this sheet here, and for Ladbrokes, I would type in £30. This is in this column C where it says account balance once I've deposited that. And for Betfair, £15.92. Here it is, Betfair, 15.92. And I'm just going to delete this example one here, just to make it easier. Right, so you can see that my betting balance here on the right hand side has updated. £45.92 has gone in there. When I'm ready to make this match bet, what I'll do is go ahead and record everything that I did in the other spreadsheet so I can see all of my transactions. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to snap that window to the side, and I'm just going to bring this other spreadsheet over so we can do it side by side. So in the first column, you're putting the date. Event type is football. Event Germany Mexico. The market is here, we can see on the left, match odds. And I like to put maybe what the back bet is, so match odds Germany to win. My stake is £30. Bookmaker, Ladbrokes. So you can see as you're filling this in, you're keeping a good record of exactly what's been going on, and this will make it really super easy to know exactly where you are as you're going along. So the back odds at the moment 1.5, lay odds 1.52. The exchange is Betfair, and the event result, I don't know what that is yet, because this game hasn't happened yet, but you'll update that bit when there's actually a result in the game. It only really matters what the result is if the two positions here, where it says minus 92 pence, are different, because that will very slightly alter the amount. Normally you'll see that they're balanced as they are here, so whether Germany win or Germany do not win, I will lose 92 pence because this is a qualifying bet. But very occasionally when the calculator can't split a half penny, you might see two different figures. So you'll see like 92 pence and 93 pence there, for example. So that's when the event result is relevant. So I mean, let's say back win, just as an example, because I'm pretty sure that Germany are going to beat Mexico. I might eat my words in a few days, but I don't think so. And in this category here, we're going to put qualifying bet because we're qualifying for the Ladbrokes offer. And then what will happen is we'll be able to know that when the event is over, we'll have lost like 92 pence. So minus 0.92. And that's the qualifying bet recorded. So let me show you what would happen with the free bet when the event's actually over. But just before we go into that, what I want to do is just very quickly show you the maths of where your money will be so that you can understand where it's moved to. Because I think the movement of funds between the bookmaker and the exchange and so on and so forth can be another point of confusion. So I've got my calculator up here, and let's take the example that the back bet proved to be correct, that Germany have won. So what will happen at the bookmaker and what will happen at the exchange? Let's take a look at that. At the bookmaker, we will get our stake, which is £30, multiplied by the odds. So that'll be 30 times 1.5. We'll receive £45. Now, we only put 30 in to the bookmaker, but they're giving us back £45. So that means we've made a profit with the bookmaker of £45, of £15. Now, at the betting exchange, because what we laid didn't happen, we'll actually lose our liability. So that's £15 and 92 pence that we'll have lost. So that means that we'll be down by that much at the exchange. So our profit here of £15 at the bookmaker, we have to take the loss at the exchange off that, 15.92. And that leaves us down 92 pence, which is exactly what the calculator is telling us. So what happens to your balances? Well, let's make a note of that before we move on to something else, okay? Always update your deposits as you go. So let's go back to this sheet. Our Betfair balance is now 0, and our Ladbrokes balance is now £45. Cool. What has also happened is that we have qualified for the free bet now. So Ladbrokes are going to give us a £30 free bet. In the opposite scenario, and the lay bet proved true, if Germany lost or drew with Mexico, that would mean that we would lose the back bet at the bookmaker. So our bookmaker balance would be 0. We would have lost that £30. And at the betting exchange, we would have won £30.61. So you can see that with the exchange, we are taking the role of the bookmaker in that we are risking £15.92 to potentially win £30.61. So let's just do the calculations on that quickly. We've won £30.61, but Betfair take a commission of 5% on that. So I'm going to multiply £30.61 by 0.95, which is 95%, take that off, and we're left with £29 and, about 8p. So let's round that up, 29.08, and remember that we lost the £30 that we had at the bookmaker, minus 30, gives us again minus 92 pence. So if that was the case, you would just go in and you would update your sheet here with your new balance in Betfair and the balance in Ladbrokes, which would be 0. So let's take a look at the free bet, how that influences things. Because this is match betting, no matter what the outcome, we've qualified for that £30 free bet with Ladbrokes. So what we will do is we'll go ahead and we'll find another suitable event to place that bet on, that free bet. Let's use it. So as mentioned in the tutorials, you look for something with slightly higher odds. Let's hit refresh here, see if we can get something up that's kind of interesting. Okay, this all looks pretty high. What I'm going to do is just use the filter here, whack the odds up to 3, the minimum odds, and that should sort some options up. Yeah, so here we go. We've got Morocco versus Iran, a draw. That could be quite nice. Costa Rica, Serbia, also quite nice. Any of these are good. Let's pick Morocco, Iran. Let's open up our calculator, and just like it explains in the tutorials, click free bet SNR, and what we're going to have here is a £30 free bet with Ladbrokes. So this is telling us that in order to use this £30 free bet on this event, we need to deposit £41.31 into our Betfair account in order to make this match. We don't need to deposit anything into Ladbrokes because we've got that £30 free bet. So first thing to do, if you're going to go ahead and do this, and remember, if you don't want to deposit that much into Betfair temporarily, find something with lower odds, go to your deposit spreadsheet, your accounts tracker, and record exactly what you're doing. So Ladbrokes, we don't need to deposit anything into there. That will stay at £45. And with the betting exchange, I'm going to deposit £41.31 into Betfair. So 41.31. So there we are. And this is the balance of my accounts at the moment. You can see I've got £86.31 in the bookmaker at the moment. And then I can take a look though and look at my P&L sheet here and see that currently I'm only negative 92 pence from what I've actually deposited. As before, go through here and just record all of the information step by step. So let's check out the date. It's the same date. Also football, event, Morocco, Iran. Market is, I've just done that on the wrong line. The market is again match odds draw. Stake is £30 and bookmaker again Ladbrokes 3.0, 3.1 are the lay odds. Exchange is Betfair, and whatever the result is doesn't really matter here because it's a free bet. You can see that our overall position is going to be good either way, £18.69 profit here. So we'll say, doesn't matter, lay win. Say the lay bet won and we got the money at the exchange. And we'll work through that in an example. Your profit here was 18.69. Cool. So what we can see is this pair of bets here. I just forgot to record the type of thing it is. So I'm going to call it a £30 free bet. In the example, I've called it a £30 sign-up offer, but you can call it whatever you want as long as you understand what it is when you look back through it. So I can see here I've got my qualifying bet of 92 pence and £30 as my free bet. So what you can do is you can, where's my calculator gone? I think I've closed it. Add these two up, 18.69 minus 0.92, £17.77. That would be your overall profit for this event. So what you would do is go into my account, my stats, and log that in there. Add entry 17.77. Wicked. That is your profit recorded for that event, and then you can track it over time. You can also see your entries and just see the list and track how your profit has grown over time, which is quite nice. I'd say always log it in my stats because it's just an easy way to see it moving over time. So what actually happened there and what is going to happen with your deposits? How much money have you got at the different bookmaker exchange accounts? So let's take the example of the lay bet winning, okay, which meant that your free bet lost. However, you still have that £45 in Ladbrokes from your qualifying bet, because although the free bet lost, you weren't risking any of your own money, so you still have £45 in your Ladbrokes account. In your Betfair account, what has happened is that you've risked £41 and 31 pence to win £19 and 67 pence. So what that means is that you'll receive this winnings, 1967, minus the commission from Betfair, and then you'll also still have that £41 31 pence there. So let's grab that calculator again. 19.67 times 0.95, £18 and 68.65, which rounds up to 1869, which actually is exactly what you see here on the calculator, 1869. So that's going to be your profit. And in this case, because it all happened in the betting exchange, that was the outcome, that profit will be in the betting exchange. So what our balance will be 41.31. I'm going to do this here, equals 41.31. Actually, no, let's whack it on the calculator. It's easier that way. You just need a simple calculator. Use your phone, use the computer, whatever is better for you. 41.31 plus 18.69. 60. Bang on. Probably could have done that in my head. Betfair. Here we are. Get rid of all this rubbish on the cells. £60. Cool. So I've got £45 in Ladbrokes. I've got £60 in Betfair. £105 in cash overall. And that's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. So what I would tend to do is probably look to leave it in there if you can, because there's going to be other bets and events with Ladbrokes. They have really good horse racing and things, and you're going to be using Betfair for the next offer. If that's not an option for you and you're starting out with a lower amount of funds, then what I would say is withdraw the money from the bookmaker into your bank account, or you can also use something like Squirrel to withdraw the money and move it around faster, and keep the money in your Betfair account, either moving this £45 into Betfair or saving that to do a qualifying bet for the next offer. Maybe if there's a bet £10, bet £20 offer you might need some of those funds there. So I hope that's a helpful way of looking at it. When you start to see where your money is here, and you can record all of the different places where it's being held, that makes things a lot simpler. And when you team that up with the profit and loss sheet here, you can say like, okay, I made these deposits, I made these bets, and this was my outcome here. So you know that you're in profit. So were you to go and take this £60 back into your bank account, take this £45 back into your bank account, you're going to be left with the profit here, which was £17.77. So let me know if that was good, if that was helpful for you guys. I hope so. As I say, it's one of the questions that comes up occasionally, and I think it comes down to tracking and understanding how the profitability is working. Please like and subscribe to Profit Squirrel. Make sure you click the bell to get the latest notifications when our new videos come out, and happy matching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye guys, thank you.